And we are live.
Ugh, I didn't realize these heels was gonna push my leg up so much.
Damn, JB. It's like now I'm missing part of your back. I don't know what happened.
Hey, Sharice.
Kawhi Lemon.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi like how?
K-H-W-A.
Hawaii.
I forgot to spell it. K-A-W.
It's not like the island, I don't think.
You gonna be like who? I don't know.
The basketball player. That might be it. You should be sharing the show.
I know that. Would you like to take a seat? Fix your posture. Would you like to sit down, please?
I want to stand up for the rest of the show.
Alright, go over there. Can you sit, please? You're supposed to be sharing the show.
Don't start with me today. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. My name is.
Good evening.
My name is.
It's Ashley.
Wait a minute. Dang, shit.
Who y'all? Share the show. Share it. Share on your timeline.
Damn.
What?
I fucked this up.
Beautiful people. Love their
Yeah.
machine.
Oh,
Everybody have a good weekend.
Indeed.
my weekend was trash.
Okay.
Your weekend was trash?
Yeah.
That's a sad panda. You have on black and white.
Panda.
That's hilarious.
I got bras on that.
Nick Cannon's hilarious, Dad.
Nick Cannon's hilarious.
Share to group. I love this feature.
Now, if only I could share it to people.
Right?
What the fuck is going on?
What
I may have. Oh, this part from. Oh, okay, it's back. But it might be from when JB spilled the drink all over the joint because the shit just wasn't working. Okay, still. Yeah.
What's wrong?
It's just acting a donkey.
A nurse. Don't you know?
I got some good TV watching in this weekend.
I did not think that's what you was about to say.
I know I was in the gutter.
I thought that was a drink.
I did too.
Have y'all seen the video
So
of
loud.
JB
So
It's
loud.
not gonna happen this week.
spilling drinks?
I'm a lot more sober this week.
I'm posting this shit in Thick Lives Matter. Fuck it. And credit and cash flow.
Thick lives matter.
Escape to Punta Cana. Like, fuck it, we going in there too.
Thick thighs matter.
Yeah. I'm posting this shit and everything. Sexy all day, cause I'm on the show, so might
Sexy all day.
as well post it in there.
The
Joe.
group, huh?
My awesome life topic of the day: how would you react when confronted with injustice? I think we should be in that group too. Oh, a Bible group, Psalm 82:6. Why am I in?
I don't know, yeah.
Wait, what?
I don't
What?
understand.
What did? Psalm, God's power, Psalm 80. Why would somebody add me to
But it says, that looks like,
the Arabic word?
yeah. Allah, 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 yami. Allah, Allah, Allah.
I still don't understand why he's in it.
Yeah, I don't understand either.
Like, do y'all know?
Make sure you're sharing the show, y'all. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Hurry up, hurry up.
Put this nigga in there.
Yeah, they just don't know who the fuck I am.
Clearly.
Allow me to reintroduce myself
His name is Ho.
Oh.
into the you. I'm into
See,
you.
he didn't even.
And it all fits
You
in.
call me a
like-
hoe? You call me a hoe? Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday. I just left
Did
church.
you just see what you was just doing? You just said new in you.
I didn't say that.
You did.
It's on the show.
If
Okay.
anybody saw me say that, comment.
I'll show you the receipts.
You don't have receipts.
Not yet. We
I
will
didn't- I
in a
didn't-
couple
You're right.
hours.
I have tape. I have live.
I
footage
didn't.
of
I
you
didn't
on
pay with
Facebook.
cash.
All right. Anyway, so have we shared the show, y'all? Have we shared it?
Yeah.
I've shared it. Who added it to the group?
Ooh,
I mean, to the
Page.
to the main page.
nobody.
God damn.
Nobody.
Why won't anybody ever add it to the page?
You added to the page.
Nobody.
Making demands.
That's
shit.
cool. Nobody.
Okay.
I just added it.
Good. 'Cause I didn't
How
know
fun
what
is
the fuck I
this?
was doing.
Okay.
How fun is it?
Because I'm sorry, I was saying nobody and then listening to myself singing a couple seconds later. Okay, so.
All right, guys, we're getting started. In 5 seconds, I'm about to hit play on the what you call it?
Oh, I'm so fat today.
What's it called?
The podcast.
Podcast, iTunes, and Spotify. We're on iTunes and Spotify. Make sure you check us out there. When you're at work, you can listen. We're on YouTube. Updated our YouTube page with JB's video. And we are starting the podcast. Shh. I want them to act like we just got started. So y'all be quiet. Shh. You, audience, while I hit the button. Welcome to Kickback TV.
Come
So
on.
dainty.
All right, shit.
Go ahead.
Ashanti.
No,
She's in Fat Joe's new video,
Can
and
you hear
she's
me
on
now?
Lil Wayne new album. Just for the record.
nobody cares. Start the show.
Welcome to Kickback TV, live from Atlanta, also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm New the Mayor, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I catch it. If you got it, I match it. Every Sunday at 7, we right back at it. Shaolin.
Fantastic.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl.
What did it give me say out?
Go ahead.
It's your girl, So Mellow, also known as Melanie Dion of House Forehand, the Queen of Creeps, the Brick of Men, also known as the Conscious Creep. I did it.
I did it.
Hello, everyone. JB Frank, y'all. Gangsta Geek, representing the nerds with attitude. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Hey y'all, it's Pandora Alexis, aka Curls I Do Adore on IG. I'm the learned hippie otaku, and happy Sunday. Woo!
Got them legs out, girl. I'm looking at the video.
Well, this was laziness. Y'all women know how it is. Like when you feel lazy, you just put on a one piece or a dress.
Oh, I'm trying to stuff
the
my
easiest
fat
thing.
and I can't get it right.
You gotta sit up taller, cause I noticed my gut was sticking out. We sit up taller, we look strong. I'm like a Akeem on Coming to America.
Oh, I can
Damn.
I am a goat herder.
The video is so far.
I have a date with Lisa. Isn't that wonderful?
I have a date with
You haven't seen Coming to America? Say yes, please. Say you
I've
seen
been
it.
to, I've seen it many times.
I was about to say like,
You're
God
sitting like him on the
damn,
swing?
huh?
You're sitting like that on the
Yeah.
swing? I hate you.
So say Akeem. But if you go around me, you gotta relax.
Again, if you're gonna be around me, you gotta relax. It's hot up here.
Okay.
So take
So-
off all your clothes.
No.
No.
What is wrong with you?
Okay.
Okay, so anyway.
All right. If you're watching on Facebook Live, special shout out to you. You are actually a part of the show. And if you want to be part of the show, you tune in Sundays at 7 on Facebook Live at Kickback TV Show. And your comments, we'll interact with you on the show. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you, love you, need you. If you're watching on Spotify or iTunes, or you're listening,
I'm gonna say you're watching on Spotify.
you're amazing if you're doing that. If you're listening on Spotify or iTunes or your favorite podcast app, then we definitely appreciate you. And we'll try to talk louder so you can hear our mellifluous voices.
Oh my God, please don't do that. Can you stop?
If you woo woo woo.
So, all right.
Start the show, man.
Start
Start the show, man. I've had it. I'm not dealing with this insolence.
Silence! I'm tired of your insolence. That's from Austin Powers.
Who let you aboard?
Who's going to start the show?
Okay, so
Because we can.
Okay, well, we have a lot of topics today. We got to get into what's going on with Kavanaugh. We got to get into Carter 5, Lil Wayne. We got to get into Eric Reed, got a new contract. We got to talk about Issa in the Insecure season finale. We're not going to give any spoilers because I haven't seen it. We'll watch it with you guys in a couple hours. But we got to talk about season 3. And we're going to start with... this should have been my left stroke just went viral. But we got another story with Kanye.
Okay.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Because I said left stroke because it occurred. So anyway, what we're going to do is talk about William H. Cosby. Oh, that's why you did that?
Yes.
I didn't. It went over my head. Oh, she don't get it.
Yeah.
She don't get it.
Yeah.
She don't get it. She don't even know who that is.
I don't think she was listening.
What's that laugh from?
It's from fucking Fat Albert. What the fuck is wrong with you? He goes, hey, it's Fat Albert.
Oh, she saw the
Get the fuck out of
movie.
here.
She saw the movie with Kim.
Yo, I swear to God, why are you always trying to play me like I'm like...
Like you're 28? I'm not playing you like you're 28.
Well, guess what? Back when you were a kid, they came out with these things called like fucking...
VCRs?
Yeah. And guess what? That meant that you can like watch things later. You don't have to catch it on TV.
Did you watch it on a VCR or did you watch it on some millennial app?
No, I didn't. I actually watched it when I was younger.
Answer the question.
On TV. I watched it on TV when I was younger. Man, I'm tired of you trying to play me like I'm a kid or something. I definitely used to watch Fat Albert. Like I definitely used
what?
to.
When did it come
I don't
on?
remember, but it was on like some TV station, like on cable. It was on cable. I remember it was reruns. Like a lot of the old shows were reruns. Like I watched all of that shit.
Well, I don't like the term old. I prefer
You old.
I prefer
It's
it.
old. It's old.
it's old.
It was old. If it was
old.
taped on tape, when like just like you say live taping, that's what he said, live taping. when we were writing the description for the podcast, he said live taping, and I was just like, it's not taping anymore, but okay.
That
That's
is
how
a
you know
universal
it's
term.
old. No, it's
That's a
not.
universal term.
If you ask a child right now if they were taping
If you
something,
ask
they'd be
a
like, why are
child-
you eating tape?
Universally old.
Children don't watch our show. It's PG-27.
Okay, so anyway, the first topic that we have.
BT27.
William H. Cosby.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get my serious face on because,
Not funny.
and yeah. All right, go ahead.
They finally got him, y'all. Bill Cosby was finally sentenced this week, and he will do a minimum of 3 years, a maximum of 10 years. And he was convicted for the case that stems back from like 2005. What is the girl's name? I can't think of her name. But yeah, this is just one of the countless women that Bill Cosby has been accused of sexually assaulting or raping.
It was one conviction.
Yeah, just one, and
it
it's a
wasn't-
very light sentence for that one.
Yeah, it wasn't a conviction of rape. It was a conviction of incident aggravated assault. I think was the formal charge that they put against him. I didn't think it was enough, y'all. Looking at what he did, even in that particular case, that's rape to me, straight up and down. No holds barred. No statute of limitations, no minimum sentence, in my opinion. I think he should be going to jail for a long time. And like you said off the air, this is a man that I revered. This is a man that I loved growing up. He did so much to uplift us, but at the same time, you gotta call a spade, literally. Like he did this.
Yeah. Just to piggyback on that, I did even made a couple posts saying how much I loved Bill Cosby as a kid. I can't say he's the sole reason I went to college. Just a quick aside, I'll say that. But he was a big influence on me going to college with Different World. He was a big reason why I wanted to have a father. My father wasn't in my life, and I just had this. I just felt like if I had a father, he would be like Cliff Huxtable. And so I just wanted that. And I wanted to be Theo. I wanted to be Theo's little brother. I wanted to be a Cosby kid. I was living in the hood. Me and my uncle was talking about, like, he was saying, like, he was in a terrible neighborhood when the Cosby show came out, so he didn't think it was realistic. And I was like, nigga, I was in Mayfield. Like, it don't get no worse than fucking Mayfield. So I was in the worst hood, and I wanted to be a Cosby kid because that was a way to escape. And every Thursday night at 8 p.m., I escaped. However,
those women didn't escape.
Boom. And I was heartbroken by it. Not because I think, they're getting Cosby. I was heartbroken because my fucking idol fell from grace. He went from the kind of man, I'll never be that kind of nigga because, I'm too hood or whatever the fuck. But he was something I aspired to be like. And then they're gonna find out he's a fucking scumbag. I was like, it fucked me up to find out how much of a shitty human fucking being he was.
Can I ask, did you just find out this year that he was a shitty human being?
No, I found out whenever I decided to believe the accusations, probably when it got to like the 39th woman, and I was like,
So that was
it's
like
39.
last year,
Maybe the year before last.
Okay.
It was over the last 2 years.
I was just curious.
Because when I first heard the first story, I was like, this is lying. Bill Cosby wouldn't do that. It's fucking Jello pudding. And the second woman, I was like, oh.
And speaking to that, I think a lot of people have a problem disconnecting the two people, the character and the person. Bill Cosby is a person. Cliff Huxtable was a character. I'm not saying you're doing that, but I think that a lot of people, because they grew up seeing Cliff Huxtable and seeing him as a father figure, it's been really hard for especially the black community to disassociate the character from the person. And if you talk to people in the industry, you found out a lot about Bill Cosby. You found out that Bill Cosby didn't really like black people. He talked a lot of shit about a lot of black people. He talked a lot of shit about a lot of people. He was very rude. He was a bad person. He was known in the industry to be a rude person, to be a bad guy. There was also a lot of jokes in the industry about how Bill Cosby used Spanish fly to rape women. Like, this was a very known thing. There's actually a segment from The Tonight Show where they giggle about it, like about how that's what Bill Cosby does, is he drugs women and has sex with them. And I know we were talking about a little bit before the show started, we were talking about how the definition of rape and sexual assault has changed a lot over the years. And especially when, like, Bill Cosby was a big guy, in the 80s and 90s, like, when he was really popular, he did some things that were questionable, and he did rape women. That's just how it is. It just so happens that it's now catching up, and the law is now starting to have an understanding of how broad sexual assault and rape can be, that it's not just somebody taking you into an alleyway and having their way with you. So that's the biggest thing.
Yes, real quick, JB, man, just really quick. I also want to say that, like, all that for them shit he did, being a shitty person, like, behind the scenes, he was also putting millions of dollars, like, into your alma mater, in the Spelman.
Oh no, I agree.
He was doing a lot.
I agree.
He was so.
He did a lot of philanthropic work.
Before the rape allegations came out, I thought that he was out of touch and he talked too much bullshit. But I still respected what he did in the black community. I just thought that he was a little out of touch with his messaging, and I didn't like the shit that he was saying. But when he dumped $20 million in the Spelman, he did this at Howard. He I was like, he's doing shit. He just getting my fucking nerves with the way he talking. So I was turning on him, but I was kind of like, he's still doing a lot of good, but he get on my fucking nerves with that bullshit he's saying. But when the rape shit came out, I was like, oh, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there. Me being torn was with the shit he was saying I didn't like, and with all he was doing financially for the black community, and with the imaging for the black community. So I was like, but when the rape allegations started to become substantial, it started to have some merit to him, it started to be like, whoa. That's when my position changed. But that whole time he was talking that bullshit, I was like, shut the fuck up, Bill.
Yeah.
Love you, but shut the fuck up with that Bama shit you saying.
Thank you. And you and I have had a lot of discussions about separating the good from the bad as it comes to a great individual. Bill Cosby did great things for the black community. He did great things for artistry and media for black people. That doesn't change the fact that he's a horrible fucking man for what he did to lots and lots of women. And I want to just touch a little bit on what you said, Lex, because in any generation, in any time period, what Bill Cosby did is rape to me. And I struggle with people apologizing for him for saying, oh yeah, that was just a sign of the times and this, that, and the third, whatever. No, nigga, you are drugging women until they are unconscious and then having sex with them. Like, how can we not define that as rape?
And unfortunately, and I'm glad that you have always been current, but unfortunately, rape for a long time has been defined as you're walking down the street, a man grabs you and throws you in an alleyway and has his way with you. Date rape and having sexual assault done to you by people who know you is something that just really started being realized. I mean, even still, men will go to the club and feed women drinks in order to get them looser, in order to be able to take them home. Like, fucking Rick Ross even put it into one of his songs. Put a Molly in her drink.
Champagne. She ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that.
She ain't even know it. So, right now, even still, we don't recognize that. And I know before the show we were even talking about, the movie 16 Candles. I've never seen the movie 16 Candles. The reason being is because I know there's a rape scene in it. I just don't really want to see it. But for those of you who are not familiar with the movie, basically there's a scene where the dream boy, is dating the dream girl. She gets drunk at a party. He decides that she's not worth his time anymore because she has too much fun, being drunk. And the nerd guy comes along. And the cool guy just basically gives the girl and is like, yo, I could violate her 10 ways to Sunday if I wanted to, but I don't even want her, so you have her. Gives her to the nerd guy. The nerd guy takes her, basically tricks her into thinking he's the cool guy, and then they have sex. The next day, you see them talking about it, and he's like, so, did you have fun last night? And she's like, I don't really remember, but I feel like I did, because she wasn't even cognizant enough to know what she was doing at the time, and she thought that it was her boyfriend, basically, which is rape. She was not able to consent as a person, and a lot of guys don't see that as sexual assault or as rape. They see it as just a tactic to get to pussy. And y'all don't, I don't think. I've never heard y'all even talk like that or anything because y'all have the merit of yourselves. But some men literally go out and feed women drinks in the night. And that's why we even now today have a roofie problem where women are getting drugged or Molly or shit. I almost got drugged with Molly one time. Somebody tried to give me Molly. They tried to give me 2 different drugs. And I was like, no, because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me feel looser and want to have sex. No. So the thing is society is just now catching up to that, to where even still today we have people saying, well, she was drunk, so what did she think was going to happen? I've literally seen this on my timeline this week. She was drunk, what did she think was happening? I mean, what woman comes to a man's house if she don't want to have sex? And the thing is that shouldn't be true, but I am very conscious of that, and that's why I don't go to men's houses like that. Because I know there's a lot of men who think that, oh, well, you came to my house, that means you want to fuck, right? Well, you drank something, you're drunk, right? That means you want to fuck. And that is not okay,
It's not. Just in looking at, well, actually, Mel, I haven't heard from you yet.
It's disgusting, you guys. I don't even understand how this is up for debate.
How?
If you're a man and you can't understand why a woman would feel violated when these types of things happen to you, you don't understand how these behavioral patterns make us feel and what they make you look like. I have a problem with that. But I'm very glad that Bill Cosby has been convicted and sent to jail. I want the rest of them to go to jail. All of them. Black, white, or in between. I don't give a fuck. All of y'all. You sexually assault someone or rape someone, you deserve to go to jail. If we can prove it, you definitely deserve to go to jail.
Can I shift this?
Yep. That was your segue.
Thank you. That was an alley-oop.
I'm the queen of them.
Yeah.
So, I was told by one of my homies, one of my homegirls, that by me saying that I wanted to get Kavanaugh and Trump, because those are the 2 highest offices, the Supreme Court and the presidency, president that we have. I wanted them, grab me the pussy. we need to investigate that shit. And he has charges.
And he
pending.
said, we
He
have
has
him on tape admitting to it. And he still got
he's had cases against him, and
Yes.
cases still pending. And Kavanaugh, of course, we know, we'll get into that later. We know what's going on with him and his investigation. I said, now we got Bill Cosby. I loved him, but he deserves to rot in jail. Fuck him. And now we need to get Kavanaugh and Trump. I was told I was co-opting this moment for women. I was spoiling women's victory in getting a conviction in a rape case because I mentioned the fact I wanted white men arrested as well. And to me, I'm saying this as respectful as I can, that wasn't the brightest take on the situation.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there arguing with women like, so you only want the black men that do it locked up? And I was told that I wasn't being sensitive enough to the moment, and let's let them celebrate the victory. And I'm like, well, we got Cosby. He's in jail. Let's get the rest of them.
Right.
And they're like,
The
no,
point is
don't get the rest of
Get
them.
all of them. It ain't, yes, the comment was made to get the white man, but it's really get all of them. Like, none of them are more important than the others. Like, they're all important.
And can I say that, don't let me speak for you because I know that you're watching, but I was definitely one of those people who was like, I don't want to hear nothing about that right now. And I can tell you why. It's because I've seen a lot of people even saying, well, if these white men are out, then why is Cosby in? Cosby should be out. Like, and so that's what and I know y'all might not have seen that, but I have seen a lot of men saying that. Well, Cosby's old, and who would want to, and I don't believe those women anyway, so Cosby shouldn't even be in. And also, I've seen a lot of, well, it's an assassination of Cosby's character. They went after him because he was purchasing NBC, and that's the only reason why. And fuck all those white women, and look at them, and why would he want to sleep with them? And it's like, listen. 40, 50 women came out against this man. The only reason he wasn't prosecuted in a lot of them is because the statute of limitations happens.
Expired.
Just because he was Bill Cosby doesn't mean that he can't rape people. I mean, this is like men just do it. It's just kind of like a thing. Like, I'm not saying all men do it, but like it doesn't matter who. You could be like the kindest person in the world and you might perpetuate rape. So I can definitely say, like, I was one of those people who was like, I don't want to hear anything about these white men. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Let's talk about the fact that Bill Cosby went to jail. Finally, somebody at least went to jail for it. And even, I remember the person that we're talking about, they posted different articles showing that people of all color get off with rape. And that's the thing. And that's what's key to me is because, look, it's not a black-white issue right now to me. Because there's plenty of black men who get off for rape, too. There's plenty of black men who get off for rape. It's like you can look it up and you can see it. Men who are raping children, men who are raping women. There's all kinds of things like
men
that.
in general, because we're in America, get off for
a lot of things.
Ton of shit.
Right.
Unless you selling drugs and you black in the inner city. Everything else, men get off for. I'm not here to debate that. I'm not here to speak contrary to that.
And I'm just saying, and all I'm saying, and I understand where you're coming from, and you have actually helped me to understand what maybe some of the guys were saying. Because one of my friends, Malik, actually said that. He was like, no, I'm not mad that Cosby's in jail. But I have also seen people say, well, I'm conflicted that Cosby's in jail. I'm like, why are you conflicted? He raped somebody. He should be in jail. Well, I'm conflicted because these white men aren't in it. So you're mad that Cosby's in jail? And so that's what I'm saying. That maybe that's where she was coming from. It's like, yo, no, I'm tired of y'all saying that. Let's celebrate the fact that at least one sexual predator went to jail.
But my issue with
and exactly. She agrees.
My issue with like women on Facebook, because that's what I'm arguing with my sisters on Facebook, is that I'm not them dumbass niggas that say Cosby should be free and white people are free. I actually made a post the other day. I was like, so let me get this straight. If I say that Cosby's a piece of shit and he deserves to rot in jail, but let's get Trump and Kavanaugh too, that means I want Cosby free? That ain't what the fuck I said. And it's like, that's why I say I hate feminists, because you come with cookie cutter answers. I call them hashtag answers. You're mansplaining. You're doing this. You're victim shaming. It's like, don't hit me with your prepared script that all the feminists have on their phones and read me the lines like I'm not a fucking different person. I am a complex human being. I am not the average nigga you argue with on Facebook. Don't come in here with your hashtag catchphrases and taglines. Like, fuck that. Hit me with some intelligent thought. Don't hit me with the same line you had against the nigga that said Cosby should be free, because I'm not that nigga. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's how I feel.
I understand, but if you gotta understand also, if 8 out of 10 men are saying that,
I'm not none of them.
I understand what you're saying, but if 8 out of 10 men are saying that, you have, it kind of means that you're assuming that everyone kind of has that. And I understand what you're saying, but you do it too, even with like the Issa Rae and the Me Too thing. You definitely will generalize.
We changed it to the Azalea Banks Me Too thing.
Okay, so what? Okay.
Mel made me change it.
Azalea Banks though?
Yes.
Okay.
It's better than Issa Rae.
It is better than
Because
Issa
I
Rae.
feel like Issa Rae, he was really trying to shade Issa, and I didn't appreciate that. And so,
I love Issa.
I know, but the
I'm a
comment,
dater.
when
I'm a
you-
dater. I'm
when
a
you
treat her
were
better
saying
than
the way you
Lawrence.
were saying
But what
it
I'm
made it
saying-
seem
And
like
Nathan.
that.
I'm a treat her
But what
better
I'm
than
saying,
Nathan.
yeah,
She
fuck
gonna-
Nathan.
She gonna come.
But what? Okay.
I'm
So,
sorry.
but what I'm saying is just remember that sometimes you generalize people and women, and the same thing happens. It just happens.
No, I don't generalize. I
You don't
generalize. Okay, no.
Because I was about to say you don't. Cause
What I do is I give a title to a group. Okay, I generalize.
yeah, I was saying you generalize.
Damn it. Okay,
I give a name to a group.
I generalize.
Oh, you
okay.
say you generalize.
But I don't make it all women. I make it a group of women. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes it better or
No,
not.
no, you
I don't know if it does.
don't.
But I don't be like all black women are the Azalea Banks Me Too women. I don't do that. It's just those certain ones that are the Azalea Banks Me
We
Too women.
were just having a conversation. You said that I said something because of the Issa Rae Me Too movement, and I said don't shove me. Don't say that.
I don't know what you're talking
no,
about.
I know you don't. No, it's fine. But that's the thing is that's just you generalize, and everyone does it. That's a human thing.
You got a
You
little
gotta
bit
see.
Azalea. You got a little Azalea.
Okay, whatever, sure. But that's the thing is that you gotta understand that people are going to generalize, and that's how it's going to happen. But I will say that people should take, especially if they know you, and I know that this person knows you, they should understand that okay, he might be talking something a little different. Now, sometimes you have said some stuff that's a little questionable, and I'm not talking about in this thing. But you've definitely said things where you have been kind of on the side of a lot of black men, and I felt like he was right.
What? No, as I proved to y'all a little while ago, I be right. Y'all be wrong. I just proved it to you with the thing.
Okay. So.
But let me get this out. And then we got time because we're not leaving this topic. Oh, this is one thing I want to say. You know why we're not leaving this topic? This topic is gonna be the whole first half of the show. You want to know why? Because I do give a fuck. Because JB gives a fuck. Before we had these two ladies on the show, we were covering these topics. And these three will attest to this. I come up with 98 to 99% of all content on this show. It's me. I create it.
We all have scripts.
I give them scripts.
Yeah.
My point is, we were discussing the Me Too movement and women's rights and treating women with respect and protecting black women on our own. When it was just a New to Man show with JB Frank. You brought the ladies in. I don't think they've ever had to come to me and be like, no, we need to talk about this issue that's going on with women in America, and we need to bring it up next week.
That's not true.
I don't just do it on my own.
Well, you made it seem like we've never come to you because we.
No, what I'm saying to you is you haven't had to come to me and ask me to introduce. Tell me, you're saying that I don't.
Go ahead.
No, you're right. You're right, Ricky. Come on.
Proceed.
Ricky.
Huh?
Yep.
I didn't mean to say that.
She said
It's so natural.
It is. It just comes out. It does come out.
Do I look like a Ricky?
Yes.
No.
You look like Rick.
I look like a dad.
You
I
look
look
like Rick.
like daddy.
Focus.
Ow!
Yeah. Okay.
So my point is, I don't know what the hell that was just now, but I come up with the content for the show, and
He cares about women, is what he's saying, and he cares about our plight, and I appreciate
and
you.
I ride with it. But it's like you're not gonna tell me. But I think with the feminist movement, and I just hate feminists. It is what it is. Fuck y'all. That's how I feel. I don't care who likes it. You do something. My issue is
Fight you.
Yeah, like do something, make a move. My issue with feminists is that they be on this Bama shit where they just like, you have to say it like I said, and you can't. I ain't gotta say shit like you said. I will say it the fuck the way I said it. Just because, as a man, and I admit it, we have been shitty. I admit it. You're not gonna turn around and be shitty to me now. Like, fuck you think? It ain't gonna work that way. Equality will not be achieved that way. I'm not the white man oppressing people, holding them back, not giving them opportunities. That ain't me. So I'm not here for the bullshit. We can work together, or you can get the fuck on. I'm not having it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck feminists. Fuck that whole feminist movement. I am about supporting women. I'm not with that feminist shit. And you're not gonna tell me what I can and cannot say. It will not happen. And what I said was, we got Bill Cosby, let's get Trump and Kavanaugh, because they're decision makers. Bill Cosby's a fucking old-ass blind entertainer. He ain't making no decisions. Kavanaugh, if he gets the Supreme Court now, which he probably will, he's going to be an influencer on culture and law and legislation and the judicial system. Donald Trump is president. I let y'all fucking meet you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, our body language is interesting, ain't it?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I let y'all get it. I don't. I let y'all get away with the whole, no, we're not voting for Hillary, and now we got Trump in office because you want to be the motherfucking vote for anybody thing. And I told you, like, listen to me. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? We let Kavanaugh get into the Supreme Court and Trump is in office. It's going to be worse for women. Mm-hmm. So we got Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby in jail. He ain't doing nothing else. Fuck him. Let's go after Kavanaugh and Trump. And if you don't understand that, then what's your real goal? What is your real goal? If you don't want to keep this motherfucker out of the Supreme Court, what is your real goal?
I don't think that's fair to say, though. I don't think she would ever say, well, I'm not saying don't take them to jail. I think like I said before, we are focusing on, all these white men aren't in jail. Why is Bill Cosby in jail? And it's okay. And I understand what you're saying, okay? But at the same time, also saying, this isn't, I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, I feel like it's a separate issue. And saying
Gelman's here.
And saying that, and I think, like I said, that you have to see it through the lens of a lot of men have been saying that Bill Cosby shouldn't be in jail. Oh, well, he's old. Oh, well, he's Bill Cosby. Oh, well, he's blind. Oh, well, these white men aren't in jail. So I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
You can't take those arguments you have with ignorant niggas and bring them to me.
Okay,
because I'm not one of them.
Okay, so you're making it an about you thing. Sorry, let's take out the about you thing.
I was the one that was in the debate.
I understand, but let's take out the about you thing because that's not what we're doing. We're doing a thing about everybody. Okay, so it's not about you. Okay, it's about the fact that a lot of men have been taken up for Bill Cosby. Huh? What? I'm sorry. Was that?
It was appropriate. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but it's about because
you're taking it personally.
Yeah, you're taking it personally.
I was the one being attacked.
And wait, but it's not about you. It's not about you.
If you would tell me who it's about, Ronald Reagan?
I think you need to have more understanding about people and about how if 8 out of 10 men are talking about this thing in a certain way, that they might think that you're talking about it too. Now, if you want to come and say, all right, that's not what I'm saying,
I said that.
Okay.
Like
all right.
times.
So let's take it away from you. Okay. Let's take it off of you. Okay. And also, I do have to say this because I do have to say it because I'm me. I'm Pandora. I have to do it. But you saying that you're not the white man oppressing people, I already know what that's a throwback to. And we already know that I disagree, and that straight black men are the white people.
We are not
people.
Black women. I don't think black women care about black people.
Okay. So anyway, the thing is we care. And we definitely.
I don't think black women care about black people. They care about white women more.
No.
Okay. Yeah, sure, because that totally makes sense.
That sounds real.
Because we've been the ones riding for black men the hardest. But okay. Black men don't ride for us.
White women ride us hard too.
No.
Anyway.
Stop.
Okay. Continue.
Well, I mean, there's a lot there. I think at the end of the day, though, what we need to look at is people overgeneralizing. People overgeneralizing because they just want to appear angry.
No, it's not appear angry. We are angry. No. Because that's not fair to say. We don't want to appear angry. We are angry. I am angry.
But if I give you a particular and a specific argument, and then you generalize me in response in an angry tone, then you are appearing to be angry because you're responding to something that I didn't say. And that is exactly what happened, and that is exactly what we're talking about. And that is exactly why I was upset. Because at that point, you're yelling just to be yelling. Just like saying, God damn, it stinks in here. And I say, I know. And you say, nigga, shit! What the fuck? And it's like, yeah, I know we need to do something about it, and you're like, well, fuck you, nigga, and it's like, well, why are you yelling? And that's basically the question, like, why are you yelling, especially at somebody who's trying to give you a specific argument for advancing forward, and the next step, in my opinion, is Kavanaugh and Trump. And if that's not the next step, then let's talk about that. But why are we wasting time talking about Bill Cosby?
Because they want to.
Then let's not talk about Bill Cosby.
I was told that.
And that's fine, but you're talking about Bill Cosby.
They want to celebrate the. No,
it's two separate issues. Instead of saying, well, now that Bill Cosby's in, let's get the white guy. No, let's just say, let's get all rapists in jail. It doesn't have anything to do with color, and that's what I'm saying. It's not about race.
I didn't even say white.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
But we were talking about him. Though.
That's what this whole
he
thing is about.
He said not talking about me.
He
said don't talk about
but
me.
He gave
That's
two names. But he gave two names,
Yeah.
and those names do not indicate black or white. Those are two.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying, that these are men in power, but it don't, fuck that. I understand what y'all are saying. Yeah, we do need to get them, but instead of saying, well, let's talk about Brett Kavanaugh and Donald Trump, no, let's talk about all the rapists. Let's get all of them in. It doesn't matter who it is. Like, sure, let's, like, no. And that's what I'm saying is that a lot of men are making it seem so individualistic about, like, who it is. Who is it? It's Bill Cosby. It's Kavanaugh. It's Trump. Let her finish. Okay? It's about all rapists. It's not about just people in power. It's about the little guy, the man in college who gets away with rape, the man who rapes the 3-year-old child and gets away with probation. That's what we're saying. Fuck all of the things that are talking about powerful people. We are talking about rapists and the fact that men are having access to women's bodies and not getting punished for it, or access to children's bodies, or access to rape is wrong, is what we are saying. Please don't talk about the people in power. We need all of them to go. Because
I've said that. I said my initial comment was I made a post about Bill Cosby. Like I'm hurt because I looked up to him, but it sucks he's a piece of shit. I'm going back home, living my best life, and I left it alone. And then I came back and said, now that we got Cosby, we need to get Trump and Kavanaugh, and that's what sparked, I guess, the controversy.
It should be, now that we've got Cosby, let's get all the rapists. That's how I feel.
But and that conversation was had. Those comments were made. The initial post may not have said that because I'm looking at something very specific. I know what happens if we let Trump get in office. Like I said before, when everybody was like, well, if I hate Hillary, I'm voting for Jillstein and not gonna vote at all. I fuck that. I knew what would happen if Trump got in office. Y'all didn't. I knew. So my point is, get Trump and Kavanaugh. This is a way to get Trump out of office. This is a way to prevent Kavanaugh from getting on the Supreme Court. So yeah, let's get all the rapists. But we need to focus on them too, because those are decision makers. Like, this ain't rocket science. The dude in North Carolina, AT&T, is a threat and needs to be locked up. But we need to get the decision, because if Kavanaugh gets on the Supreme Court, then that may not be a charge anymore. May not be a trial anymore. It may not be an option to get them locked up anymore.
Number one,
he's on the Supreme Court.
Number two, I don't know about the nigga from AT&T, so I can't really speak on him yet. I don't know about all rapists, so I can't make a general statement.
Yes, you can. You can't make a general statement right now saying all rapists should go to jail. That's all we're saying. You don't have to call that name.
I said that too.
But I've said that repeatedly. Why do I need to say it in this specific circumstance when I'm dealing with a rapist right in front of me? Why am I going to talk about all rapists when I've got this motherfucking judge right here who's about to go into the Supreme Court? Like, why am I going to dilute my focus on all of this out here when I've got this right here? You know how you get all rapists, Lex? You get them one at a motherfucking time. You find one, you charge one, you find one guilty, one goes to jail, and one eventually makes all of them. And Kavanaugh is number one right now. That's the way I look at it. I don't know how to look at it any differently, and that, I think, is the point.
Mill.
I think we are all in agreement that anybody who rapes someone needs to be held accountable for it, regardless of their race. Point blank, period.
I agree.
people in powerful positions need to be held accountable, just like the little man needs to be held accountable.
I agree.
So we need to move on to the next subject. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. Sorry, Iggy Azalea, you didn't win today.
So next topic.
And which is still tied into Brett Kavanaugh and him.
Yeah.
So should we skip that topic because we don't care? Because we don't care if he gets if it's him.
No.
Nah,
It needs to
let's
be
go.
everybody.
Let's go. Nah,
See,
nah,
don't do that.
Nah,
Don't do
let's-
that.
no,
Don't do
That's
that.
what
Don't do that.
that's what the Iggy Azalea and Me Too women are doing. They're saying don't talk about that. So I'm like, see how ignorant that is? Don't talk about it. Why not?
So,
Why not? That's
I
ignorant.
don't think that they're
That's not
saying
what-
not talk about
that's
it.
not
I
at all
think
what it
they're
is.
You ain't
just-
read
they're celebrating.
Homegirl's message.
the-
Oh, how long you gonna celebrate a victory? See, I was always taught you don't celebrate a
Okay,
touchdown.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
score
that's
and then
fine.
you go to the next
Moving
play.
on.
He don't
Exactly.
get it.
We scored a touchdown. Moving on to the next play. The next topic is Kavanaugh,
Everybody ain't gonna
who is
get it.
still tied into that same movement.
Everybody don't get it.
And this
I agree
week-
with that.
Same.
I agree with that.
This week, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford came forward on Thursday and
Yes.
gave her testimony
Senate hearing.
to the Senate Judiciary Committee. And she gave a very compelling and convincing story, testimony. And I don't see how anybody could walk away from that feeling like she was telling a lie. And then after she gave her testimony, Brett Kavanaugh came on. He didn't even watch her testimony, and I really think that he should have taken some notes because, like, you had when you listened to her give her testimony, you felt like some major compassion for her because like it was like I don't know, you felt like you were there. But then he gets on and he just has an attitude. He's very combative. He kind of just had a total meltdown when the what's the name? The prosecutor, I can't think of her name, was asking him the questions, and then at one point he just cut her off because she asked him a question about his drinking habits, about drinking beer until basically he passes out. Yeah, I like beer. Do you like beer?
Do you like to drink beer? Do you like beer?
How much do you like to drink?
I like beer. Do you like beer?
Yeah, and then also
Look at his fucking mind.
other senators asking him questions, same thing, being very combative. Brett Kavanaugh does not have the temperament of someone who should be on the Supreme Court,
A judge
and
at
he
all,
definitely
honestly.
made it very obvious that he is kind of working as like a political operative. He mentioned the fucking Clintons about them getting back at him for the Ken Starr.
What?
Trial.
What?
Yes.
That has nothing.
Ken Starr trial, and
Yeah, I
also
remember.
Hillary
What?
Clinton
What are
losing
you
the
talking
election. Like those have nothing to do with you being a shithead person. And I don't believe anything that he says. This guy can't even get his story straight on his own drinking habits, and his friends from college have all basically come forward and been like, nah, man. Like his roommate from freshman year.
Yeah, they be like,
Came
he
out and was
drunk
like,
as
nah, he
shit.
had a serious, like,
Yeah,
yes, he used to
drunk as
get
shit.
really drunk, belligerently drunk. And we got to see some of his belligerent behavior during his testimony, because he definitely was very belligerent. Like,
Maybe he had a couple beers before.
he likes beer. He likes
likes
beer.
beer.
I like beer. Do you like
He
beer?
was red
Do you
faced
like
in the
beer?
motherfucker.
Do you like beer?
He had that
How much-
white man,
how much do you
drunk
think
white
is
man.
appropriate amount to drink?
Yeah, I know this isn't about white people, but yeah, he had the drunk like rosacea. He was all
He
red
was
in the
so
face.
angry. And then Lindsey
like,
Graham didn't
weird.
help.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham got up there telling us, like, this is a sham. But you're right. You are absolutely right. This whole shit is a sham.
Yeah,
The fact that you guys are working so hard to confirm this dude, and the only reason they're working this hard is because he's the only person that's been like, a president can't be like prosecuted or some shit like that when they're in office. Like that's the only reason why they're pushing so hard to get him confirmed.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. They're trying to give Donald Trump a golden ticket.
Yes,
basically.
so he can get away with
So
anything.
he can get away with what he already got away
More
with.
grabbing more pussies.
Well, I think it's the whole Russia thing.
I feel like
Shame on you.
The moment we get
That's
Brett
treason.
Kavanaugh confirmed, we are one step closer to The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, it's scary on a lot of different levels. Let me point out 3 facts, y'all. Number one, the nigga did that shit. Let's just leave it at that. I went to Georgetown Prep, and let's just say that I've heard worse.
And Georgetown Prep is a school that Brett Kavanaugh went to where all these allegations happened and that's and JB actually went there as well.
Yeah, I graduated from there. Number two, Dr. Ford submitted a polygraph test as evidence for the Senate Judiciary Committee, which means that they now have on formal written record that she did not lie. She told the absolute truth in everything she said. That's point number two. Number three, okay, so the guy who they're having refused to testify right now, Mark Judge, okay, he wrote a tell-all book that talked about his life, talked about his experiences at Georgetown Prep, and thereafter in college, whatever, and they're trying to dismiss him as this random drug addict who had all of these difficulties and whatever, and somehow he and Brett Kavanaugh were just happened to be friends, and Brett Kavanaugh wasn't doing any of the shit that he was doing. Mark Judge basically wrote in a book that he's been drunk since he was 15.
Yep.
And his homie, his best friend, Brett Kavanaugh, oh no, I drank a little. I did a
This
few
motherfucker
things
had
that
it
I
on his
regret.
calendar. First of all, who has a calendar? Who keeps a detailed calendar going back to 1982?
Yeah, that's
But
a lot.
That's a
That's
whole
a
lot.
lot.
But then the thing is, there's like a date in that calendar where it has him at the house with the guy PJ and with Mark Judge, and it says like Brewskis or something like that. And they're basically trying to use that and make it seem like, well, why didn't if they were there, Christine and her friend, if they were there at the party, why weren't their names on the calendar? Do you think that he would really write their names if you just been sexually assaulting someone? And that's if he remembers it, because I think that it may have been a thing where like he got so drunk he honestly doesn't remember doing this shit. But that's another testament to his drinking habits.
Going back to Lex's 16 candles thing.
Can I also say that there was also something that was interesting to me, that he had the FFF on his calendar, and he was asked what that meant, and he was like, oh, it was like the F word or something. It was like a cuss word, or like it was some like weird thing. And I remember seeing like one of my older white friends said, they were like, that's not what FFF means. Like that's a very real thing. And FFF used in the 80s, which is
fucking with Flea.
yeah, find them, feel them, fuck them, and forget them.
Yeah,
and that's like literally what it was like, and it was very well known that's what
I knew
that
what
meant.
that was.
Right, and that's the thing. He lied about a lot of the things. He lied about a lot of
that
stuff.
triangle thing. I forgot what it was. Something triangle.
There was a lot of things that he lied
As soon as I
about.
heard it, I was like, that sounds like two men and a woman.
And that's what it was. A triangle, is two men and a woman. So like he lied about a lot of things. He knows what he did. And like JB was saying, like back to the 16 candles thing. That was a very normal thing in the 80s. Like it was very normal. So like, bruh, you did it. You did it. It just wasn't considered assault back then.
Yeah.
But now in 2018, you assaulted that woman. Like, and yeah, her testimony, it was poignant. And I think a lot of women who listened to it were like, yeah, this is true. This is
Not
true.
just women.
You know?
I was like, there's no question in my mind the nigga did it.
Yeah.
After, like no question in my mind. No question in my mind too that Dr. Ford probably spent decades trying to forget this shit, trying to put this shit past her, and then this motherfucker comes up for a Supreme Court judge appointment, and it's like.
And they're trying to make it seem like the Democrats pulled this out their ass, and that they're like, oh, this is a last ditch effort. No, Christine Blasey Ford started making noise about this when she found out that he was on the short list to get confirmed for to be nominated or whatever. And so that's when she started trying to like reach out to people. She reached out to her local congressman's office, and she reached out to the Washington Post. She left a tip on the anonymous hotline, and nobody said anything. And then that's when like she wrote the letter and stuff like that. So it's not like this is some sort of last minute thing that the Democrats have just come up with. No.
Yeah.
She definitely was like, nah, man, we need to not confirm this dude before he even became the official nominee.
And that whole apropos time argument only works, if the shit is found out not to be true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck when you bring up a crime if it's true. if I'm about to get elected president, if I'm about to get a new job, if I'm about to do whatever, if that is your moment to choose to throw my mud up on the wall to bring my shit up, then I shouldn't have did that shit to begin with. I ain't got nothing else to say, because I did that shit. This whole argument, America, of, well, why did they wait until this critical moment of, why the fuck does that matter?
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Why does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
And honestly, if I got some dirt on you, I'm going to wait till a critical moment to bring it up. Because, oh, hell no. You're not about to come up being a family man. You're not about to.
And you're not about to be in charge of legislation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my thing with Kavanaugh, is he's more dangerous than Trump or Bill Cosby. Because he's going to be in charge of, it's the Supreme fucking Court.
I don't think anyone misunderstands that.
I think people do. I think you're giving certain women too much credit.
Well, I think
That's my
that.
point. I don't think they deserve their credit. I think they're ignorant.
Well, the goal of us on this show is to remove the cloud of ignorance from everybody, because I mean that's what it is. We can't be ignorant about that issue, and we can't be ignorant about the big issue too. Is we got to go get all of these motherfuckers when they come up. Let's go get them. What we're not gonna do is sit around and try and, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to try and frame the way people want to sort of internalize this movement. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna feel a certain way about the news that you read, or the things that you see, or the things that you hear, and other people are gonna do the same. We are gonna be more sensitive about what's going on and everybody's reaction to it too.
Yeah, very well said. That was a nice period on the end of this. Again, I think we need to do whatever we can. I don't know what we can do about the Kavanaugh situation. It seems like a foregone conclusion.
Well, the FBI is doing their investigation this week.
Yeah.
So they finally agreed that Jeff Flake was the one who actually got them to move forward with the FBI investigation.
You think there's any chance that he doesn't get the nomination? He doesn't.
I think it depends on what comes out during the investigation, because there appears to be some people who are on the fence about whether they want to confirm him or not.
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to make another point.
And I think Jeff Flake would be one of those people. I feel like if if they come up with some good information, he's going to vote that down real quick. He's going to be like, yeah, no, we can't move forward with this. This ain't gonna work. And then I want to say him and the other two Republican, the female Republican senators, that would be like key votes that they're working on. So it depends on what comes out. And I feel like, because they're not just limiting it to the Christine Blasey Ford case, they're now investigating the other two allegations that have been brought up. And they're going to interview Mark Judge. They're going to interview all these other people. So I feel like a lot of that information you can't ignore, especially some of the stuff that we've already heard come out. And then some of the contradictions that have been made, that Brett Kavanaugh has made, that some of those statements, particularly about his drinking habits, like, we can't even trust you to tell the truth about that. So how are we going to expect you to tell the truth about something as serious as sexual assault?
Well, and let me say a quick shout out to the ladies of Holton Arms Academy and the alumni for coming forward with their letters and their comments and their statements, because they talked about the literal decades of abuse that Holton Arms is Georgetown Prep's sister school. That says a lot.
Just like Morehouse and Spillman.
Yeah, and you had,
We had our own stuff.
They had a ton of women come forward and they signed a huge position, and they wrote letters. They did a news conference on CNN to say, okay, we're not going to look at Brett Kavanaugh, going back to your point, Lex, as the outlier. He's one of many who did this. And I think that's an important thing to say too. So
let's take a break. Unless you guys have any further comments.
Brett Kavanaugh is trash, and all rapists should go to jail.
Yep.
All rapists should go to jail.
All of them.
All
of them.
Rich, poor, black, white, American, foreign, whatever.
They all need to go to jail. Period. Point blank.
Just that simple.
Special part of jail.
Special
And,
part of hell.
Well, yeah, I'm sure all that should come with the package. Goddamn it. Thank you for tuning in. We're taking a quick break. We're coming back with every other story of the week. Kanye West on Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
Insecure Season 3. The Donald Trump Shut Up Stupid Award. The Andre Ingram Grind and Shine Award. And we're going to get this secret. Oh, I just broke my check.
Finish up.
I'm going to fix this. Hopefully by the time we get back. Nope. You don't
need
think?
some pinchers. You need some nose.
Oh, I got some at home.
Okay. So anyway, we're going on break.
After these messages,
Well, JB.
we'll be right back.
Now that we know that we can,
Pause it.
yeah, bring in two different. Yeah, go ahead and stop that jump.
All right.
Cause yeah, that was gangster. Realizing that.
All right. So I'm gonna say
Gentlemen.
this
Save it.
one.
How goes it?
Hungry.
Add recording to episode.
You're hungry every show. Well, thirsty. You might.
Well, I finally got my appetite back, so I've been like,
Pretty good.
When did you get it back?
after I found out my bid for the house was
All right.
accepted.
It's saved to the library.
Sorry, no. Whatever.
Well, are we watching Insecure today? I mean, we can download the app, can't we? Because I have HBO. Yeah. Oh, look at us coming up with solutions. You ugly. You your daddy's son. Hey.
I don't have to be attractive. Bring a light.
He said I don't have to be attractive.
I do all the pretty girls. You know that. I ain't getting no complaints.
I ain't getting no complaints.
No complaints.
I ain't getting no complaints.
Yes, daddy. That's how they do this.
Oh my God, please, too graphic.
Like, oh, man. Talk to me, daddy. That's what he said. We should talk to me.
So I'm talking to you right now.
I'm happy.
Stepped on my dress thing and almost died.
No.
What?
Let me get a flow.
I have an herb cigarette in my car. Ooh, I kind of want
In the
to.
freezer?
Ooh, I kind of want to get that.
What?
It's a natural herb cigarette. Like it has like not mugwort. I don't know, but like herbs. Not like the herb y'all think, but like herbs. Herbal cigarette. That's what it's called.
That's what you said.
Is that what I said?
Yes, that's what you said.
Oh well. Yes.
You got it right the
Okay.
first
You did.
time. I was confused.
I don't know what
Why
happened,
you
guys.
explaining?
I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It happens.
Okay, wait.
Oh, geez.
I hope I'm looking svelte on this jump. I done gained like 30 pounds this year.
Then that probably be no.
I think about a simple stomach getting up on my mate.
Go ahead and start sharing the show again.
Alright, let's share the show, everybody. Seven.
On time?
Don't like that.
7 and 9.
Oh,
New
2 hours now.
format. Yeah.
All right, guys, share the show.
Tell a friend.
Hug a neck.
So this is the important part where you guys reshare the show. I want to reshare it on my page. God damn it. God damn it. I'll share it. I'll say part. Deuce.
Celibate Sundays? That's hilarious.
That's horrible.
It is. It's so horrible. And it's blasphemous.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Why? Because it's Sunday?
No, just,
It's just a joke. It's just a jokey joke.
it's not a goal.
But no.
I just see it part 2. I didn't tag a motherfucking soul. God damn it.
I wish you could tag people like we used
Well,
to.
I think
be
y'all
able
are.
to.
I think y'all are still tagged. It says with Melanie.
No, I meant like you used to be able to go through and tag people to watch the
To invite them.
video. Yeah, to invite them to watch it.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah,
can't
that
do
was
that
nice.
no more. Get together, Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg.
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 Yeah.
How many people he paid? That was disparaging. I probably shouldn't say that.
They go lock you out of Facebook forever.
Probably. I want to be in Facebook jail. Like, if I post a titty or nipple or pussy out, they lock me up. I'm like, damn, this is ridiculous.
Definitely, all of those are
Things
against the rules.
violate the
All of those are all violations. So if I break the rules, they lock me up. Like, yeah.
I bet they don't lock white people up though.
No.
Now, it is known that Facebook will hide posts like from the Black Lives Matter groups and all
They
those
sure
kinds of
will.
things. So they do hide those posts.
Fuck
They
Black
shut
Lives
down the
Matter.
Son of Baldwin page.
Not
for
the
like
sentiment,
a month.
just the group.
One time before.
So we're about to start back up. We're going to start back up. We're going to do the reintroductions, and then we're going to do the rest of the show, starting about now. Welcome back to KickbackTV live from Atlanta, also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm New the Mayor, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I catch it. If you got it, I match it. Every Sunday at 7, we'll be right back at it. Shaolin.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
To
Like
cope.
mustache.
To cope. To cope.
What?
Huh?
I don't understand what
I
you're
was
talking
talking to
about.
myself.
All right. He can't save me.
Right.
He can't save me.
I was gonna be like, you can't save you.
I gotta watch that again. I don't recall.
We talking about the Lil Wayne deposition from a couple of years ago.
If you
Look
haven't
up,
seen that,
go to YouTube, look up Lil Wayne deposition. And we talking about the Carter 5 tonight too, because they on that jump. But look up the Lil Wayne deposition on YouTube.
So you know it's trash. So what's up,
Wow.
y'all?
Damn.
It's your girl So Mellow, also known as Melanie Dion
Of
of House
Forehead.
Forehead.
There you go. I was like, damn. I was like, of House Forehead.
Of House of Shanti Hate.
That part too.
Yeah, I'm part of that house too.
What?
Proud card carrying member. The Queen of Creeps, the Breaker of Men, also known as a Conscious Creep.
There we go. We got it out. What's up, y'all? It's JB Frank, that gangster geek representing nerds with attitude. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Hey y'all, it's Pandora Alexis, aka Curls I Do Adore on IG. I'm the learned hippie otaku. Welcome back to the second half of the show.
It's like the designated slap spot. Slap every time.
What the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap.
Can I should be able to press charges against you or something.
You can try.
You be hitting me a lot.
I do.
Um,
I be whooping your ass.
Yeah, why you're proud of it?
Yes.
That was Melanie Dion who said she be beating me up. If you're listening on motherfucking iTunes and Spotify, shout out to the iTunes and Spotify streamers who don't get to watch the show. If you haven't seen the show, I'll let you know right now. Of course, YouTube and Facebook, you see
ugly.
us. If you haven't seen the show, I am 7'2". I'm beige with blonde dreads. If you haven't seen the show, Melanie is 4'1". She's 890 pounds, and she is a mix between Puerto Rican and a fish.
What the fuck?
If you haven't seen the show, JB is 6'8". Yes, we're recording.
Okay.
JB is 6'8", 33 pounds.
Niggas,
Is he alive?
and
Like,
seven-
Is he Wiz Khalifa?
Wiz Khalifa got a body now. He came up in the world.
Okay, well, is he still?
7%
Damn,
of
F.
JB. He bought a JB. He bought a JB. He bought a JB. He done spilled the drink. And electrical wiring. We can all blow up. If we die, it was F. It was F.
Where's
That was my
that
fault.
Napkins?
napkin? They need something. It's going in the back. I can't stop it.
That's what she said. Brett Kavanaugh.
Stop. No,
That
that
was
was
my
so.
phone. That was a fruit. That was a fruit. My phone fell off.
Right,
and I
right.
just-
It's
that wasn't
always
me.
something.
Oh,
Let me get some napkins. Oh, no.
hello, everyone. It's just me.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Whoops.
You need a towel,
Yeah,
JB.
just give me-
Not no paper towels, an actual towel.
It's just
A
me.
towel.
A bow?
Damn.
Okay.
That wasn't my fault. The phone fell. And I feel my wonderful
He's
drink.
like, it's not my
That
fault.
shit was so good. Damn, that was so good.
Okay. Apparently, we always spill things on the show.
You just like sat on me.
I'm sorry.
Y'all, no, you know what? From now on, we're having cups with tops. Everybody
I
bring
brought a
cups
cup with a top.
Good job, New. I brought a cup with a top.
Good
Everybody
job,
else
guys.
did cups with tops. I'm tired of y'all. Can't even do show.
Well, this is one time our Spotify and iTunes listeners and app listeners, streamers, podcast streamers actually got a chance to hear the fuckery. Last week we cut y'all off. We just cut that shit. Like they'll never know what happened.
Last week.
But
last week.
if you on our YouTube page,
It's right there.
It's
At
right
your
there.
feet.
if you're not following our YouTube page, it's KickbackTV live from Atlanta. Go to YouTube, look up KickbackTV, all one word, KickbackTV, one word. And you can watch our videos and follow our YouTube channel. And you'll see how JB spilled not one, but 2 drinks last week.
Little drunk last week.
And this right here, this will be another segment on YouTube. This will make it to YouTube.
For real.
Yeah, the blooper reel is so real. And shout out to all our thousands of views. I was watching that. Oh shit, YouTube was.
I say.
Yeah.
I say.
From on there. And Facebook, of course.
Drink was good as
Who's-
fuck, too.
Yeah, I know who Foghorn like on
Who is it? Why
He's the big ass rooster, motherfucker.
Wow.
Damn.
Why you motherfucker?
Cause you always trying to play me. Cause I said I was making a joke, y'all. I was like, oh, who's Foghorn Leghorn? Of course I know who Foghorn Leghorn is.
How do you know?
Cause I used to watch those shows.
When?
Like I grew up watching Looney Tunes. Like I grew up
You
watching all
forget
that
her
shit.
daddy like only 5 years older than you.
Like, cause y'all old.
Really? Really, Mel? You are
But-
something else.
No, but
You just
that's what
gonna
used to
see-
come on Cartoon Network. That's what used to come on Cartoon Network. Like I used to watch Looney Tunes, like
I
Hanna
did watch
Barbera,
them.
like all of that
Yeah,
shit. Like I grew up watching all of that same shit,
It
like
used to
Tweety
come
Bird.
on.
What
I used to
was-
love Tweety Bird.
What was
Tweety Bird.
Fred and Wilma and Pebble's dog name?
Dino.
Oh.
What was Barney and Betty's son name?
Bam Bam.
Oh.
Bam Bam and Pebbles.
What was Fred's boss name?
What? I don't remember he worked at the Rock Quarry though. I
What's the
remember
boss
that.
name?
I don't know what his boss name is.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Gelman.
But, okay, but what?
Shit, I don't
Okay.
remember his boss's name.
Right.
What was George Jesson's
I knew he was about to bring
robotic
up
maid name?
Her name was oh my god, wait. Wait. Yeah, that is oh damn it. It is But I remember her and she was like always a smart ass. She always had like smart aleck ass comments and people they'd be like, damn, like
On Scooby Doo, what was the name of the van?
the Mystery Machine.
What was the secret ingredient in Scooby Snacks? Weed. Why are you giving answers? I can't even do this because people keep giving answers.
Scooby Snacks.
Yeah,
good
no,
shit.
but they were literally like they were stoners.
Okay, Miss Otaku. This is for all
Otaku
the
has to do
mamas.
with anime. It doesn't have to
Oh,
do
we
with
going there. We
nothing.
You
going
are
there.
way too
We going
fucking
there.
close and you are hot.
Name
Jack.
2 characters on Thundercats.
Lino and who was that ugly little fucker that
I don't
hated?
even
The
know
little
Thundercats.
I know his name.
It was Lino.
I'm gonna do
There
his-
was Chitara.
Oh, that's
Uh,
good.
Okay,
there
that's
was-
two.
okay, there was also
You're talking about Snark.
Yeah, I fucking hated Snark. No, I hated Snark. He was a little bitch. Snark was a bitch. Snark needed to get
Panther.
stamped in his fucking
Panther.
Panther. Yeah, he was
Panther.
weird.
Panther.
He
He
looked
was
weird
black.
to me. Yeah, I know he
That
was
was the
black, but he
grandfather.
looked
That was the
Cosby
Cosby Show.
Cosby Show.
That was the grandfather of the Cosby Show. And Jeffrey Owens, the money $25,000 Nicki Minaj gave to him, he put it into a fund, a scholastic fund, in the name of the grandfather from the Cosby Show,
No shit.
who did.
Oh, he passed
Panther.
away, didn't he? Like
Yeah,
earlier this
yeah,
year?
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. He was a
Yeah.
Well,
He passed away earlier this year?
I don't know if it was
How
this year.
old was he?
He was 117.
I'm about to say, because
He passed away like fairly recently.
Oh.
I thought.
Yeah, when Lisa Bonet called me and told me he passed, I was like,
Oh, Lord.
Oh boy.
You know
So
what?
can I?
did y'all
You
two
know
finish
what?
your
You know what?
introduction?
You know what?
Yeah,
You
we're
did?
ready to go
Okay.
to the next
Checking.
topic. So let's go to the next topic.
Yeah. Mike is turned off.
Oh Lord!
Toxic
Another
melanin-
topic
melaninity.
that's gonna send new on a rant.
Right, yeah,
Well,
another rant.
have I ever gone on a rant?
Yes.
Rant podcast available Wednesday mornings on YouTube, Spotify, and
On
iTunes.
YouTube? You put them on YouTube too?
I don't.
Are you from?
I just.
The way you
Okay.
said it.
I said YouTube. I said YouTube. Shout out to my Baltimore women. They be like, when they say,
No.
they be like, new, like,
No.
new.
He's heard it many times apparently. New.
And the beast.
New.
Lord.
Okay, so, anyway,
Toxic femininity.
I'm just
So,
asking, I'm just
some
asking.
white lady in Russia.
some white lady in Russia.
What up, Rob?
She poured
Some white
this
lady in
bleach
Russia.
water concoction on this man's private area.
I thought it was several men.
Yeah.
Several men.
Okay,
Yeah.
several men. Either way, it doesn't matter. Well, not to say it doesn't matter, but the bitch is wrong for pouring the shit on him.
Yes, that's what it is.
It's because of a term she coined, I guess,
She didn't
manspreading.
coin it. It's
Oh,
called
wait.
manspreading.
Am I manspreading?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what should I do?
I mean, there's really nothing.
yeah,
you can
there's
do
nothing.
because
What?
I mean, honestly,
If a man sits with his
Men
legs
sit like
too far
this.
apart,
I mean,
you're
sometimes
manspreading. You're
sometimes it is
manspreading.
excessive.
We're all
But where you
manspreading.
at
But
right
you're
now,
fine.
This isn't a problem.
But like sometimes men will like do like all the way open their legs up. And yeah, exactly. And like they will push a woman's legs like out of her own space.
And then, especially in a place where you're like riding public transportation.
Yeah.
They don't just do it to men. They try and do it. They try and do it in general. I've literally sat on a plane and like my leg is hurting because I'm literally fighting with the white man next to me for leg space. And I'm like, dog, like, do you want me to punch you in the neck? Like, nigga, like, there's a
Not in the neck.
There's a line.
Yeah, don't
Like,
punch you in the neck. Like, wait,
but that's what you taking my space, nigga. I will fuck you up. Like, you're tripping.
I definitely understand why men
PSA.
sit like that. I do feel like sometimes it is excessive. If you know you're in a public setting and you're on a crowded public transportation, you can't man spread like that. You need to be considerate of the people around you.
That being said, though, pouring bleach on.
Oh no!
dudes'
I'm
pants
not. That is never acceptable, and I never said that was acceptable.
Yeah,
I'm just
awful,
saying.
yeah.
I understand the need to man spread, but I do think that sometimes they need to be conscious of their surroundings.
No question.
Like,
No question.
I mean, sometimes it's excessive. Like, if we're in a crowded train, there's limited seating, and you're occupying 2 seats because you're fucking spread out like this.
That's too much.
Then that's a problem.
Sometimes people do that. Yeah.
I do that. If nobody's next to me, I'll do that.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
But if somebody walks up, I will make the effort to let them know, like, you're good.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'll be sitting, I'll be chilling. But if somebody walk up, I will
adjust.
If I make eye contact, I will let you know you are welcome. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm by myself, I ain't been on a fucking train and.
It happens on planes. So.
You've been on MARTA, even?
Well, I got on the MARTA going to the airport, but my flights be at times where I can.
No, I was just saying you
spray.
haven't been on a train.
Oh,
You were just like, I've been on a train in 10 years, and I'm like, damn, never even MARTA.
Well, no, I've been on MARTA for at least 2 of my flights back to DC. Shout out to everybody in DC, love you. Joyce, love you. Shout out to everybody in DC. But I had probably.
Shout out to Coffee.
Shout out to Coffee. He's in Philly.
Yeah, I know, but I was just thinking about him missing his flight.
2 of them.
Yeah.
2 of them. This is like JB spilled 2 drinks.
Sometimes fuck it up once ain't enough.
Hey! That needs to be on a t-shirt. Hey, that's going on I will promise you that I'm going to have that on a t-shirt by our winter finale. I will do that for y'all kickbackers. Sometimes fucking up once ain't enough. God damn. That's a good one, yo. I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Okay, so.
All right. So it's fucked up. She was pouring bleach in these men's crotches because they was spread. She determined they were spreading the legs too far. One, I don't know how you determine that because I didn't see like it wasn't women next to him. Like,
To me, it didn't look like they were even really man spread all that
Yeah.
far out.
Like,
I
she
just
was just being a bitch
Yeah,
and trying
she
to
was
make
being
a
a
point,
bitch.
and you're really just being a bitch, and now people don't like you.
And I
it-
consider you a feminist.
Okay, but also just like we consider some people just like some people consider Islam to be a religion of terrorists and killers and murderers. Not all feminists are like that. She was an example of feminism going wrong. So.
But you did try to make sense when you talking. You got a lot of nerve.
I know. Because, you know, like, I know. But yeah, she gives feminism a bad name, and there's a lot of women who do that, like the burning bra women, you know, like they do too much. Like, and this is why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing it? It's just, I just don't understand it. It doesn't make it's stupid to me. You know, just like there's some people who are vegan and like they're fine people, they don't want to talk to you. And then there's some people who like PETA who will run and throw blood on you or red paint, and you're like, what the fuck would you do that
I can't
for?
eat fucking crabs. Listen here, PETA, you can suck my right butthole.
What, you got 2? You got 2?
No.
Is that why you do so much? I'm sorry, I had to.
I was like, I don't have a right nut. So
I don't have a right nut. You just said the right nipple.
well, that didn't come.
It's very disrespectful to say right nipple.
That's why it's like. That's why I was like,
We got 2 blooper takes right here.
and I can't say butt cheek. Well, all right. Anyway.
Wow.
So.
And Peter.
Fuck y'all for trying to tell me I can't.
So you
eat
full of
crabs.
shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't fuck with people like that.
Yeah.
You get blood on me, it better because I made it come down.
Yeah, that shit ain't
Wow.
that shit ain't gonna happen in Atlanta.
You just
until
had to go
somebody
there.
gets stole in Atlanta. That shit is dumb.
Nasty.
That was shocking. Look at my face.
I hope somebody
Yeah, look at her face. She look.
I was so shocked. I was like, oh God. Okay. So anyway, I can't even remember what we were talking about, God. Oh God.
Bleach bitch.
Yeah, please.
That's her name. And back me up or tell me if I'm wrong. Those men should be able.
What was it? These men what?
Kelvin with the sound effects. There it is.
Those men should be able to sue her for assault, right?
They
Is
should.
that assault?
They should. Yeah, that is
So
assault. Yes, that is assault.
Me too.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. Both.
It goes both ways, damn it.
No, Me Too is about sexual assault.
A lot of women do.
Look, you
both
pour
ways.
bleach on my dick, that's sexual assault. Fuck that.
That's not sexual.
You pour bleach on my dick, that's
Anything with my dick is
it's
sexual.
sexual. Thank you.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
let's
You grab
not-
a titty is sexual assault, ain't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
let's not.
If I pour bleach in your titties, what
Okay,
would it be?
Let's not
moving
start
on.
feeding Karens here.
What would we call it?
Yeah.
Moving on. Moving on to the Donald Trump Shut Up Stupid Award.
Yeah, platinum views.
Yeah, apply.
Let's do the Shut Up Stupid Award. Oh my God.
Bitch with the bleach, she comes close to it.
Bill,
Yeah.
Huh?
Shut Up Stupid Award.
Shut Up Stupid Award goes to Alexis's favorite rapper, Kanye West.
That's not
This guy was
Her
on.
face, yo. She looked like somebody dropped a turd on the table.
Yeah, no.
Awful.
This guy, Kanye, was Saturday Night Live last night, and apparently they called him at the end of his performance doing a series of ad-libs where he wore the MAGA hat. After all of this shit, all the going to Chicago, all the apologizing, going to Chicago's Chicken and Waffle restaurant,
I knew he
saying
didn't mean that
he's
shit.
moving to Chicago,
I knew he didn't mean that
talking about
shit.
Kim and him going to the Chicago radio station, apologizing, doing a fake tear, saying if Don C was with me, this shit wouldn't happen. And I felt for him because I know a lot of times Mel do shit. And she be like, well, if New was here, I wouldn't have did it, dumb shit. So I felt like I understood where he was coming from because I've heard Mel say that, you know, about me not being around as much, a lot. So I was like, really? I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point.
He's back.
Continue.
So,
Gelman's back.
Kanye, so Kanye goes on Saturday Night Live and does this whole pro-Trump rant, saying we're too hard on him and he's gonna use love, and y'all can't make him do it. You know, they told me I couldn't wear the hat, so I wore it. They was bullying me backstage. And my thing is really this: I am very resolute with my Kanye stance now. I was very, very emotional one way, like I love Kanye, he that guy. And I was very, very emotional one way, like fuck Kanye, bitch ass nigga. And now I'm very resolute, and there's no emotion in it. Kanye can do whatever he wants. If he wants to support Trump, he can. If he wants to wear the MAGA hat, he can. If he wants to look like an idiot, he can. Like, it is what it is. I'm not fucking with Kanye. I'm getting to a point now where, like, if Kanye made your beat, I might listen to your CD. Like, I'm slick almost to the point that if, like, I'm gonna look at a Amber Rose or Kim Kardashian nude picture just because they let Kanye fuck. Like, that's slick where I'm at right now.
Too much.
Almost.
Too
Yeah.
much. Too far.
Too far?
Yeah, too far.
But I'm trying to say.
I'm watching Amber Rose, bro.
Say no, I don't.
Okay,
I don't care.
how about this? On Sundays between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., I'm not watching no Amber Rose
Yeah,
or no
'cause that's
Kim
a really effective
Kardashian
time.
shit.
It's a really
Because
effective
they
time.
fuck Kanye. Like, that's how I'm out on Kanye. Like, I'm out on Kanye. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. You know how...
So you done?
You know, I'm done. I'm done. Shout out to Shorty Low. Done them all. Rest in peace, Shorty Low.
Wait, is that what you
Hello.
Me.
Yeah, I done it all. is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Done it all. Man, shout out to Shorty Low. God damn. Leaving the strip club.
R.I.P. Blue Flame crashed his car.
That is.
Yeah, Blue Flame is lit.
And
Blue Flame is lit.
Like,
Blue
you know
Flame
that
is
nigga
lit.
was turned when he
Blue
left.
Flame is lit.
Blue Flame is hella.
I've gone a couple times.
If you've never been to Atlanta, come to Blue Flame.
Every strip club in Atlanta.
Magic
Like I
City.
still haven't gone to Magic City. But
I haven't
I've
been to
gone
Magic
Blue
City
Flame.
either, but I heard it was overrated. Yeah, I heard it was overrated. So I'm
Except
not really
Mondays.
on it.
Except Mondays.
I heard it was overrated.
Even
In
on
general.
Mondays?
Yes.
In general, it's overrated.
Mondays is just industry night. It's just
That's supposed to be their night.
yeah, no, it's
overrated.
We got a birthday. It's a birthday party this Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Gooch.
Tuesday.
Well, we
Okay.
need to go then.
Yeah, y'all can go. There you go. You can go to Magic City for the first time.
But I do enjoy Blue Flame and
They got good wings.
shout out to
They do
shout
have
out.
good wings.
They wings is really fucking
They
good.
are really
What-
good.
Atlanta is the city of wings and fries.
What's the strip
Like,
club? They got the breakfast bar,
True.
the breakfast buffet. Whatever that strip club is, we went there at like 3 in the morning and got I got scrambled eggs, nigga. They had a breakfast buffet. I can't think of what it is. If you're watching and you know,
It was
you
a strip
there,
club?
It was a strip club.
Okay. Nothing. I was just asking. What was the topic that we're talking about?
We was talking about strip clubs. Don't you?
Apparently.
Okay, back to Kanye. So Donald Trump set up stupid
How did we
award.
get there?
I don't know what happened. That's why I was like, we weren't talking about
Donald
that.
Trump set up stupid award goes to Kanye for his blind support of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I do want to say that, like, I mean, he can do what he wants, but I'm just not gonna fuck with him. So feel free, Kanye, be free. He said if you weren't letting them be free, you can be as free as you want, but I don't fuck with your bitch ass.
Yeah.
Period.
He's still in the
That's all
second
that
place.
needs to be
He's
said.
still he was like out, and then he like somebody did the little silver spoon thing again, and then like he kind of went back into the second place. So
I knew he didn't mean that apology though. But everybody was like, "Oh, he apologized." I was like, "No, he never really actually apologized.
Yeah,
like that was it was never an
He
apology."
said, I know I didn't apologize for this,
he was
so
trying.
let me go ahead and do it.
He was
It
trying to
wasn't
get me to
enough.
listen to his music again, and I
Yeah.
can't do it. I can't. I still haven't started spinning
I haven't-
Kanye's music
me
again,
neither.
just like I haven't started watching the NFL again.
Was that a segue? Was
What?
that a segue? Hey! What a segue.
Yes.
So,
Then we're now on to the Andre Ingram Grind and Shine Award, which goes to both Eric Reed and the Carolina Panthers.
Indeed.
Boom.
Indeed.
For signing Eric Reed. Eric did he set out last season, or did he play and he just didn't have a team this season?
he didn't have a team this season.
He didn't have a
and
team
nobody
this
signed
season.
him. His
Right.
contract was up at the end of last season.
Right, and he was one who was protesting with
He was
with
the
Cap.
first person
Yes.
to take a knee with Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, and so the NFL was trying to do their whole collusion shit and not let him play, just like they've been doing with Cap. But he actually was signed to the Carolina Panthers this week, and I am so thankful that he was signed. I still would like to see Cap sign.
And he's a multiple Pro Bowler, by the way.
Yes,
Not
and
just to
that's what
say
made it
that
so
he's an
crazy.
average player.
Eric Reed
Right.
is
Eric Reed is
on his way to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like,
Which
So-
made it so
talking about
ridiculous
Eric
that he
Reed.
didn't have a team.
Yeah,
It's like
nobody
it
was signing him.
blatantly
You talking about
obvious.
Eric Reed of the Miami Hurricane? That Eric Reed,
Eric Reed,
formerly
yeah,
of the
yeah,
Baltimore
yeah.
Ravens.
49ers.
Miami
Yeah, okay,
Hurricanes?
yeah,
Is that a
okay.
football team?
It's a college football
College.
team.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, I just
Football.
it's fine. No, y'all are good. I'm just over here like.
Tune into that rant. We're talking about football.
Yeah. On rant. Tune in.
I don't want to know
But yeah,
about
so,
football. It's wasting my time. The only football I care about is the one that my little brother plays in. I don't care. Jesus.
Jesus to you. So shout out to Eric Reed and Carolina Panthers. They are the team that got rid of their owner who came out and made some racist and comments towards NFL players saying they better stand up and da-da-da. And he also was accused of some sexual assault allegations, which made him he was forced to sell the team. New ownership came in, and this is in Carolina. This ain't in DC or New York. This ain't in in progressive cities. It's Carolinas.
Yeah, which
And they jumped on him. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know y'all racist down there, motherfucker. Y'all know. I ain't got to y'all. So I think it's
North
good.
Carolina is not as racist as South Carolina. It's still racist.
Yeah, but it's the Carolina Panthers. It
I
ain't
know,
the
but
North
they're
Carolina Panthers.
still the North Carolina. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but go ahead.
So I just thought that it it was telling of a shift. Just like Colin Kaepernick raising Nike stock by $8 billion. Like, you're starting to get it now. Like, not only can you be on the side of what's right, you can be on the side of what's profitable.
And honestly, I feel like that's what it ultimately boiled down to. Because the Carolina Panthers are going to make so much money off of this by signing Eric Reed. Like, his jersey sales are probably ridiculous right now.
I'm probably going to get nigga, I'm still mad at the Cowboys and Jerry Jones. Well, not the Cowboys, Jerry Jones. Like, I slick might become a Panther fan just off. Like, it's already, he's black.
Well,
he's
you
on
live
the
in
Panthers.
Atlanta, so
He's like
it's
a
going
Black
to be
Panther.
very difficult to become a Carolina Panther fan. You will never live there.
I mean,
you know.
the Falcons have nowhere to
I was a Cowboy fan in D.C. You think I give a fuck?
Yeah, it'd be all right.
Exactly, exactly. You know, what you gonna
You
do?
can't fix stupid.
Wow. I think you assaulted me just now.
Verbally.
You verbally assaulted me.
You're welcome.
That's not valid in a court of law.
What? So shout out to Eric Reed. A little bit less credit to the Panthers, but I'll give you a little bit of credit. But all the happiness for Eric Reed.
Yeah.
You get our Andre Ingram Grind and Shine Award.
Somebody said he's being underpaid. He's being underpaid.
Now, I don't know the specifics of his contract, but I don't doubt it because he was out of the league, so you can't get him at a discount. And he also got signed 3 weeks into the season, so he wouldn't get a 4 years contract anyway. But I don't doubt that they still underpaid him. I believe that. I believe they underpaid him, and I believe it was for several reasons. One of them being they still a white-owned team in America. So I don't doubt
This
that.
is America.
This is America.
Okay.
There it is.
Get it up. Get it up.
Okay, y'all. So
Look on my titty, boy.
What?
No. Go ahead. So, I was trying to sing the song.
That
So
was-
next topic.
I hate you. Fuck. My last joke just went
Viral! Put revival this week, man.
I'm the queen of segues, okay?
You are. I gotta give you that. Yes.
So, Birdman and Young Thug may be charged in the shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus. So, I don't know if y'all remember when Lil Wayne's tour bus got shot up
Yeah,
like a few
in
years
Atlanta,
ago.
in Atlanta.
We talked about
And-
that story on this show.
Yeah, we did. But one thing we never questioned was what was Mel?
Don't worry about where I was.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh
No, I'm playing.
Oh no. Oh no.
But nah, his tour bus was shot up, yeah. So apparently, Birdman and Young Thug are now suspects in.
Well, yeah. One of Young Thug's members of his entourage was charged with the shooting, and they were trying to figure out a way to connect it because they knew he was part of Young Thug's entourage. And then it just kind of died down, kind of
we
got
didn't hear nothing
quiet.
about it.
Nobody said nothing. And now the district attorney in Georgia is, I think it's Fulton County or DeKalb or one county, Gwinnett
Or Cobb
or Cobb.
Douglas.
One of them here.
Douglas.
Okay.
Yeah, Clayco,
Fayette.
or Fayette, it might be Fayette. Coweta probably. One of them Jones is trying to connect the dots, and they know that it's one of Young Thug's entourage. That's a fact. That's not a question. And we all know that it was one member of Young Thug's entourage because JB used to be in Young Thug's entourage, and so he told us, "I'm breaking it down for you." He snitched. He told me, and then I happened to accidentally listen to Mail, and then Mail just straight up told her, like, "Lex, you gotta listen to this shit." So that's pretty much how that went down. But
Not that one, because that one has probably dog hair on it.
so we're looking at they could be charged. And that's attempted murder. So we'll pay attention to this. And the DA sounds like he's going to go forward with it. We'll see how this plays out. And the news was released on the day that Lil Wayne's Carter 5 CD came out. You like my segue? So the Carter 5 is now out. We've been waiting for the Carter 5 for like 6 years.
Yes.
Before I moved to Georgia, the Carter 5 was on its way. So I moved to Georgia being like, where the Carter 5 at? And I've been here 6.5 years. She was 4 at this time when the Carter 5 was supposed to come out. Because she's like, I'm going to turn 5, and it's the Carter 5. but it didn't come out.
That's just bad.
So
Very.
That's just bad.
I just. Why you gotta do the vibrato? Why you gotta do the vibrato?
Because it was fun.
Oh. So, Carter 5 is now out. I'll take. I'm a.
You can definitely take the lead on this.
I was a huge Lil Wayne fan. I always say this. Lil Wayne is the only rapper. Y'all know I'm an MC, retired rapper, whatever you want to call it. He is the only rapper that ever made me retire. I retired for 2 months after I heard Drop 3 because it was that I was like, there's no way I can be as good as this. Let's just do some other shit. I'm gonna sell insurance or something. Like this shit is unfair. I'm gonna find another occupation, and that's for that year. That's the regard I hold Lil Wayne in. So I am what you would call a Lil Wayne fan. However, almost everything after that was trash to me. So I was like, how the fuck you make the mixtape that make me question my career choice, and then everything else is
trash. Fell
so
fuck off.
right. So I've been waiting years for a good Lil Wayne project, and this one's good. It's not great. It's not the best. It's not groundbreaking, but it's at least it's fucking good, and I like it, and I'm gonna listen to it. Even his little Lil Wayne singing R&B songs, I like them. And I'm like,
Hello. I'm sorry.
yeah, he got a couple songs like that. He got a song with Nicki singing. I'm like, oh, shit. I don't like that one. But the songs he sing by himself, I like What About Me? I like Mess. I like that Swiss Beats joint. I like he has a song about him trying to kill himself, which I'm not gonna say I like, but I can appreciate his honesty and his candor and him talking about some people accuse Lil Wayne of always just talking bullshit. He don't ever rap about nothing. He rapping about shit on here.
I'm sorry, you didn't like the Carter 3?
I did like the Carter 3.
That was after the drop.
It was after the
okay,
drop.
cool. Because I was like, I really like the Carter 4.
I like the Carter 4. My comment on Facebook today was, this is the best product that's come out since the Carter 4. Everything after that were mixtapes and shit, and those rock and roll albums and shit. But I did like Carter 3.
Because that was like my favorite Lil Wayne album.
My favorite Lil Wayne album is Carter 2 and Block is Hot. Oh, I've been a little. Most people's favorite CD by Lil Wayne is the Carter 1.
The Carter.
But I ain't gonna lie. Like I was a Lil Wayne fan back when he did the Block Inside his first album, because I remember on his first album he had a song called Fuck the World, but he was only 15, so his mother wouldn't let him curse on the album. But on that one song she let him curse. And that one song was about him losing his father being murdered and how upset he was about it. And that was the one song she let him cuss on. And he said it, I'm not allowed to curse, but in this verse, man, fuck the world. I lost my father, now Toya is pregnant with a baby girl. Like, and he's 15. I'm a little boy going through grown man shit. And I was like about 20 or something. I was like, damn, man, you are a little kid. And you going through some real shit. And so then his shit talking was impeccable. He was hilarious to me, because he would be like, he was witty. He was very witty. And he would say little witty lines that I like, even though he was a little kid. Like, I ain't listen to Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? Bow Wow was a little kid.
You just don't know.
But,
the way you move so fast.
No. He's older than you.
My mind,
He's older than you.
all the
Is
time,
Lil Bow Wow
to
older
the
than you?
point that I just want to take you home. I don't know. I think he is. I think he's like maybe a year or two older than me. But I remember when Bow Wow came out, it was about Bow Wow and it was about Romeo, and everybody was on the side. I was on the Bow Wow side. But then as we got older, I started liking Lil Romeo more because he started looking better. And then
Lil Romeo is fine.
Yeah, he is.
He's
fine.
a child.
No, he's not a child.
He's probably 30, huh?
Probably.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a child. No, that's a grown ass man.
Bow Wow's 31.
Thank you. Shot Monster's 31. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Romeo is. Yeah,
30.
Don't worry. We know. I mean, I know. I know.
You are such a thought.
Whatever. Because I find him attractive. That's fine. That's fine.
Lil Romeo will be 30 next year.
He older than me.
He's 29.
He older than me.
He actually just turned 29 last month.
He older than me.
What
He older than me.
August 19th.
Right. Older than me. I'm 28. I just turned 28. In fact, because and I remember when they both came out, and it was like Lil Romeo versus Lil Bow Wow, and like
you cut your mic off.
no, I'm loud enough. I don't need the mic. So yeah.
Excuse the fuck out of you.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Okay.
You're gonna be pinched.
Your shoulders off.
Punch it. Pinch it.
What? Why? What?
Do
What's
it
going
again.
on?
Do it again.
Whoa. Me too.
Stop. Okay. Are we done with this?
What's the next topic?
We never talked about Michael Kors buying Versace.
Michael Kors.
Yeah, Michael Kors.
A big shark. Boy, how big is you? Give me all your money and give me all your residuals.
Oh, you saying Nicki now?
Yeah, no, fuck Nicki. Really?
Jump.
If y'all only knew what just happened.
Yo, y'all don't even. Oh, y'all don't even know. Look at we all looking at him. We all just
Like,
like.
y'all missed it.
Yo.
Somebody just crawled underneath the camera and is jumping off the banister.
That's why we all
I
just
could walk in
like.
front of the camera. You gonna tell them what I'm doing?
Yes.
Yes,
I mean,
you could have just walked in front of the camera, dude.
I'm trying to respect this shit.
We appreciate you.
It's
but
more
please.
hilarious that you did that.
Yes, it is.
That's
Because
funny.
I'm sure all of our heads were just like. Because all of us were turned looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing? And as you flip your fucking leg over the thing, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god.
That was funny.
So I never knew that Michael Kors was like ahead of above Versace.
Yeah.
I realized that I thought about it, I was like, well, them damn purses. Because I know how y'all women feel about your bags. So I was like, well, shit, yeah, Michael Kors might be, shout out Michael Kors.
Ooh, I thought I almost got elbowed.
Yeah.
You almost elbowed me.
I own quite a bit of Michael Kors now that I think about it.
I got Michael Kors watch.
I think
Well, shout
I
out to
have
Michael Kors.
Michael Kors.
I got dresses
and
and shoes.
Oh, you know what? I do have shoes and everything. I do have a lot of Michael Kors shit, but you know they be in the discount. Y'all know I'm all about thrifting and being cheap and shit. And they are always in like TJ Maxx and
Yeah,
Ross
they
and
are.
shit. And look, don't look down on
And then
TJ
we
Maxx.
got a
and
Michael
Ross. You can
Kors
be fly
outlet
as
in
shit.
Woodstock, and let me tell you, the person.
Oh, bitch, what?
You ain't know that? Oh yeah, we need to go to the outlet. That's where I got my bag from.
I'm banned from my.
Oh, so
I've had
that bag
that
that was
for like
$200?
I've had that bag for like 4 years now.
Wait, is that the bag? Wait, you talking about that blue bag? I remember when you bought that. It's been 4 years.
It's been at least 3.
It's been like 2 or 3.
I mean, I bought
Okay.
the bag when I was at his Hickory Flat. I thought.
I thought you were at Historic
Like I bought it in May of one of those bonuses.
I thought you got it when you were at Historic Ross.
I don't know. I think I got it right before I left. I got it right before I left Hickory Flat.
Okay.
That was that bonus check. So it's been.
Because I remember when you got it, and I was like, how much was it?
It's been at least 3 years.
That's a nice bag, though. But, you know, Michael Kors make nice bags.
And,
Go ahead.
and apparently Michael Kors has a lot of money. They're changing the name of Michael Kors, the company, the designs and the fashion and the shit will stay the same, but they're not going to be called Capri Holdings. And they bought Jimmy Choo shoes.
Jimmy Choo?
They bought Versace for $2
Jimmy
billion.
Choos are expensive.
Jimmy Choos are expensive.
I wonder if Michael Kors will discount some shit now. I'm not sure, but shout out to Michael Kors.
Michael Kors is like one of the cheaper
Shout out
luxury
Versace.
brands though already.
It is.
Like you remember,
It
like
is.
you probably don't remember, but when I was in high school, there was like a big like name brand thing. Like you wanted to wear Echo Unlimited and all that shit. And I remember like South Pole was like the cheap version of the name brand, and that's all we could afford was South Pole. So I used to always wear South Pole. But like
He's a
Michael
Bama.
Kors is like the South Pole. No, I wasn't a Bama.
I think, yes.
No, because Alabama would have been. I wasn't wearing any name brand at all.
Well, Bama's with name brand, but it's still Bama's. Bama ain't about name brand or off brand.
Anyway,
Bama's like who you are in your soul. You a man.
that's fine. I'm the coolest Bama you've ever met. Anyway, I own that shit. So it seems like Michael Kors is that.
Shit is that. You fuck up.
No. So shout out Michael Kors. Shout out to Versace. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
that's it.
Netflix and chill. Insecure.
The Issa Rae Me Too movement. Let's talk about it.
No, that's what you're not gonna do.
No.
New has been driving
Insecure.
me insane with this Issa Rae Me Too movement bullshit, and I just had to correct her last week and be like, "Look, you're not about to keep doing this to Issa.
You got to
You
stop.
can put it on Azalea Banks though, because Azalea Banks is a bitch, and she always stay going off on black
She's a
people
bitch.
and
But
be acting like she's I feel like she acts like she's doing a good thing, but she's really not. She's really tearing other people down.
No, like most black.
And then no, that's what you're not gonna do.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm fall back.
Yes, yeah. I'm not a fan of hers, especially like after the whole thing that happened on Wild 'N Out. Like,
Yeah, that was
She's
weird. That was just weird.
yeah, I don't like Azalea Banks. Her name is always in the news for something negative. So yeah, whatever. But yeah, Insecure season 3. I actually enjoyed this season. I felt like it showed a lot of the dynamics between all the well, not all the friendship circles, but it definitely mainly focused on Issa and Molly, and, you know, sprinkled in some Kelly and the pregnant one. What's her name? I can't think
Her
of her
name is
name.
Amanda Diva.
Right, but
Amanda,
on the
she
show,
I cannot remember her name on the show.
I can't think of her name.
I can't think of her name.
But
either.
it just showed a lot of, I want to say, showed some growth. I mean, there were definitely moments, especially in last week's episode, where he was just like, Issa, Molly, what is wrong with y'all? Like, you bitches are tripping. But, like, I definitely think it showed, like, more character development. It wasn't as dramatic, didn't have a lot of the action in dramatics, but there was definitely a lot of dialogue and conversations that happened. I am looking forward to tonight's season finale, because I want to see what happens with this whole Nathan issue, because Nathan has ghosted her.
Trash.
And you know what? As much as I want to say Nathan is trash, I am totally guilty of doing the same thing. To
But
people.
but the problem is like when they were laying in bed and he was like,
I
oh, well, never mind.
Everybody do that shit. Women and men do that shit. Lay in bed, talk that bullshit.
And will be gone. And I know
And
I've
ghost?
done that to people. Oh, I've definitely done it to people.
I don't do it because I'm
not
very
me in my
honest.
current stage.
But
But I younger me definitely
Has been like, oh, I feel like this is real. And
yeah,
you're like,
I'm out.
well,
Can't say I've done that. No.
I haven't done that.
And even that, or just stop calling people.
I mean, I've definitely stopped calling people.
You have sex with them, don't hit them up no more.
Oh my god.
What you have?
Nothing. I'll tell you later. Okay. Bitch. I'll tell you later. Come on, let's keep going. No, just keep going. Like, it's later. It's for later. It's please.
I think.
Later.
Okay,
Later.
okay,
Just
okay.
later.
I think.
Come on.
Okay. I was totally out on Insecure this season, and I'm an Insecure fan. I'm an Issa Rae fan. Issa Rae said, I'm supporting everybody black.
Yes.
Issa Rae, like,
And that
damn
was
near,
one of
she
my
damn near
reasons
Ashanti
for
to me.
For saying, don't say Issa Rae.
And that changed it, right?
I know, yes.
Because, you know, I'll fight back if I think I'm
I
wrong.
know.
So obviously,
Even when
I
you
thought
wrong.
I hope you spiritual.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Lord.
So, I'm a fan of Issa, and I'm definitely back to loving her all the way when she clarified her comments about black women should be with Asian men, and so I love Issa. I just was disappointed with the first half of the show, and that remains the same. The whole Daniel storyline was trash to me. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was trash. I just didn't like none of that shit. It wasn't entertaining, and the show was dry, and I felt like they were trying to rush a bunch of shit in it. But the last 2 episodes caught me, and they entertained me, and I liked them.
I wish the show was an hour long.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was longer than 8 episodes in a season.
That part too.
And I thought it was 10, like the other seasons. And my biggest critique of the show has been they're trying to rush too much shit into these little 30-minute episodes, and it feels like they're rushing. It feels like they're stuffing it. It feels like it's poorly written. Those have been my critiques. And now that I know it's only 8 episodes, I'm like,
Of course they are.
shit, yeah, duh, of course they are.
8
But I
30-minute episodes. It essentially boils down to 4 hours of content.
Yeah, which is like
Nah,
a good Saturday fuck. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at the joint like, ladies,
You have sex for 4 hours? I'm sorry, that just caught me.
I do when I'm allowed to.
She'd be
So
like, I got shit to do. 4 hours? That's a long
What
time.
else you got? No.
I got a lot of shit to do.
Right,
I got a lot of
4
shit to do.
So
I have
2 hours is probably like maximum that I'm okay with.
I have been denied the 10th orgasm. I am on a quest to make a woman come 10 times, and I keep getting stopped at like 7, 8, 9. And I need hours to get to 10. I want my fucking double digit.
I need you to calm down.
Okay, so back to
What
this
about
again.
what the woman wants?
He don't care.
At all.
It's all
Shit,
about
I want them
you.
10 orgasms. Like, what about the things that happen? You know how tiring that can be?
And you know,
Jesus.
she might get stuck and then be stuck having multiple orgasms.
100 like on. I watched. You know what I did? I watched our show and we talked about the orgasm show. What's the orgasm show called?
Never-ending orgasm.
Yeah,
I watched that
That's
today.
exactly
No,
what
I'm saying
we
I was
did,
watching.
yeah.
So I've been watching. So y'all know I've been going back watching our old shows, looking for footage to make clips of and shit. So I went back and watched some of the old shows, and I watched the show we talked about, the women with the 40, 50 orgasms, and I was like, I have an orgasm fetish, so the more it.
He's a creep, though. Don't mind.
So back to the show.
He's not
Yeah.
alone.
Thank you, JB. Give me terrorist fist bump. So
terrorist.
remember they called Michelle and Barack
Yes,
the
the terrorist fist bump. Maybe it was a terrorist fist bump. Like, what the fuck? Okay.
So
Foxes.
I was out on Insecure the first 5, 6 episodes, and me and Mel had actually got into it about the way I don't feel about Insecure. The family dog is here, Sky. And she jumped right up on the sofa.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Because she loves
She's like, I'm part of the show. What's up, Sky?
We're
What's
almost
up,
done
baby?
anyway.
Yeah, we're almost done. So I'm looking forward to the season finale tonight. And I like the last couple episodes, and I hope it ends and it ties things together. It feels like it was all over the place. Oh shit. I don't know if y'all can see Sky. The Sky's okay. Sky, go.
What did you with that? Okay.
Can y'all see what Sky's doing?
In the
She
show.
hitting the lights.
Wait, I wanted to say something real quick. Okay, so for those of y'all who haven't had a chance to, I highly recommend that you guys watch Napoli Ever After
Yes.
on Netflix.
Oh my
Starring
God.
Sanaa Lathan.
Yes.
Y'all.
Can I, first of all, can we just say how fine she is?
Sanaa Lathan is a bad bitch.
Sanaa Lathan was walking like with her head, girl. Listen, okay. We both, Melanie and I both were like, what
She
the
bad
fuck?
as
She
shit.
bad as shit.
She's
okay?
so bad.
What was
She
y'all?
is
What y'all
fucking
have sex with?
beautiful.
Yes.
You know I have a fear of vaginas, so I can't say yes.
But
Yes.
did you let her do things to you?
Sanaa a baddie. She can get.
Sanaa
She
bad
nice
as
though.
shit.
She nice though. She's
She bad
pretty.
as shit.
I'm real picky.
It had me like, oh damn, Sanaa. Alright.
So now I've been bad.
And I've been knowing she was bad, but like, yeah. But no, you need to watch this. You're gonna be like,
I seen what dude was rubbing on her head. My homegirl made a
like
she
way
thought-
early in the
Man,
beginning.
let me tell you this shit. My homegirl videotaped on her phone the scene when he was rubbing her bald head, and she put it on Facebook. She got 13,000 views. And she not a personality. She like a regular old home.
Cause that shit
I
speaks
want
to
not-
women.
not
As a
regular
woman who has
old
been
homegirl.
bald as shit, it is one of the most best feeling things ever.
The most best.
Yes, I said what I said. The most bestest, not best, not most best, most bestest thing to have a man with his big man hands, just like with his whole, just holding your head and your scalp. That is some of the most relaxing shit I've ever been through.
Didn't that sound man, doesn't that sound like
I'm sitting here like,
Oh,
Lord.
No, I mean, I would hope. First of all, I would hope a man couldn't give me a scalp massage while that's going on, because that's a problem. If a man can give you a scalp massage while you're doing that, that's a problem, okay? But I will say I have definitely sat and like had a man touch my head, and it feels really nice. It feels really nice when like anybody is touching your head. And I think even Melanie has touched my head before when I was bald, and it was great.
You
It
like
doesn't
it?
matter.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
How
it.
much did you like it?
She's
She
gonna
also
talk about
said I have nice moans.
She did say that.
She does have really nice mouth.
'Cause
One
you
time I was
was
giving her
touching
like I was giving her a
What
massage.
were you massaging?
I was massaging
My
her back
shoulders,
and her
yeah.
shoulders.
When you say back and shoulders,
I mean her back and her
Back and my
shoulders.
shoulders.
So
My
I was
back and my
massaging her and
shoulders.
Melanie
She's
just
her
starts
back and your
moaning.
shoulders?
Shut up. We're listening, Alexis.
Anyway, but yeah, Melanie like started moaning. We were in the office with like our job, and I'm like, giving her a massage. She's
Look at
like,
my
yes.
face. Look at my face. He said,
Yes.
what? Look at this. You're like,
And
what?
I was like, Melanie, you gotta stop. Like, you gotta stop with those moans because they're too much. Like, they're just sound too much. They're too much. And all the customers are probably like,
I was like, oh, never mind. I'm not.
that's why you staring at him. You won't go outside.
That's exactly.
Yeah, don't go outside.
So, do we have any more topics?
Yeah.
No.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Another great week of Kickback TV live from Atlanta. Our dog Sky is ready to go take a dookie and a pee-pee, and she's like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
show is
she's
over. Show
She's
is
telling
over.
us it's over. It's done. It's finished. It's 9 o'clock.
It's time. It's time.
It's 8:59.
So guys, thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook Live. You're part of the show. We love you. Thank you for tuning in on Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere podcasts are available. I'm new. That's Lex. That's Mel. That's JB. Gilman is around here somewhere. And watch the season
She's
finale
trying to give a low-key bark.
of Insecure tonight. And that's Sky.
So
That's Sky.
defiant.
Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all Sky. Let me
Yeah,
get to the phone.
you guys gotta meet Sky. Sky's the best. Sky, come on.
So
Come on.
defiant.
Come on.